Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we are live. If you're coming on, I'm super excited about today's kickoff of our 90-day Millionaire Blueprint Challenge. Please do me a quick favor, hit the like button, hit the share button. You already know to tag Lolly Dolly everybody and let them know your boy, Ramonepreston. We are live right here in the beautiful Buckhead community of Atlanta. This is the day that the Lord has made, and we are rejoicing and we're glad in it. This is Saturday, December the 31st, 2022, the last day of the calendar year. And what an extraordinary year that we've had so far. So please, if you're coming on live, you're joining me for our kickoff of the 90-day Millionaire Blueprint Challenge. I need you to hit the like button, the share button, put in the comments what city you're watching your boy from, who you represent. Let me know. Put in the comments what city you're watching me from. I'm super excited about the next few minutes that I'm going to share with you. A lot of information, and my hope, my prayer, my expectation is that you're going to take what I'm sharing with you. You're going to take the resources, the tools, the support, the mentorship, the accountability that I am extending to you, and you're going to use it to really execute at the highest level in 2023. So again, welcome to the kickoff of our 90-day Millionaire Blueprint Challenge. Hit the like button, hit the share button, tag somebody and let them know your boy Ramonepreston. We're live right here. I've been telling y'all all week that I was going to host a kickoff, a meetup before we get into the new year, because I want to prep you up, I want to set you up, and I want to give you everything that you need to succeed in 2023. So I want to say thank you to all of you. If you have already signed up, if you've already registered, if you've already joined our 90-day Millionaire Blueprint Challenge, I want to say congratulations to you. And I want to thank you for trusting me, trusting my team to work with you for at least 90 days. I truly believe that if you can wrap your mind around and put to practice the things that I'm teaching you when it comes to personal, professional, and financial success, it ain't no reason for you not to succeed. It ain't no reason for you to not see results. It's inevitable. It's not optional. And so I'm super excited about it. So thank you again for joining us live today for the kickoff of our 90-day Millionaire Blueprint Challenge. If you've already signed up, RSVP'd, registered, joined, thank you. If you haven't and you're watching, you just happen to jump on during the live, all you have to do is go to Ramonepreston.com /90, Ramonepreston.com /90. But be sure to put in the comments what city you're watching me from. I love to know where you're watching us from, whether you're watching us on Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, or some other platform. I want to say thank you for your support, for your participation, and for your engagement. Okay, so again, thank you and welcome to the kickoff of our 90-day Millionaire Blueprint Challenge. Now, I'll get into some of the details that you may have already covered in the modules that you will find when you sign up at Ramonepreston.com /90. There's already some information that I'm sharing with you about the 90-day challenge, what it is, how it works, what you can expect from it, and how it ties into the 5-step millionaire guide that I use myself and that I encourage all of my clients and students to use. But I'm giving you access to that information absolutely free. But before we do, I want to at least start by at least giving some clarity to why it's important for you to listen to someone like me. If you don't know who I am, my name is Ramonepreston. I'm the CEO of Ramonepreston Enterprises, president of Ramonepreston University, and I've been an entrepreneur full-time for just about 20 years now. My wife and I both. We started out as a 2-person real estate team, and just within the last 20 years, I'm saying just, but it seems like it's been an eternity. But within the last 20 years, we built a $1 million organizational enterprise. And one of my personal goals this year is to turn this 7-figure organizational enterprise into at least an 8-figure organizational enterprise. But it at least clarifies and validates that everything that I share with you is what I live. It's what I practice, and is what I have used to get to where I am. The only difference between me and many people who have had the same or similar experience is that I have committed myself to create platforms and programs and to provide courses and opportunities like this to really help you experience the same level of success or more than like I have experienced. And so that's what this 90-day challenge is all about. It's first and foremost about me extending my expertise to you. It's about me giving you and your family an opportunity to get educated, to have time to work that education, to have ongoing support, to be held accountable, and to see results. Because if you don't get results, all of what I'm saying means nothing. And so I'm super excited for you to be a part of it and for trusting me, my wife, and my team to work with you. So what is the 90-day Millionaire Blueprint Challenge? What is this challenge all about? I'm going to simplify it for you, and I have a few things that I want to cover for the next few moments. And don't worry, if you have questions and I'm not able to answer questions because my team and my family, they just left. We hosted our end of the year family business meeting here at our headquarters, because the same thing that I'm extending to you, I extend it to my family. The truth is this: a few weeks ago, when my wife and my team and I and my family, we were discussing getting together for our end of the year family business meeting, I just got the bright idea, and I shared it with them that, you know what, why don't I open it up to our extended family? We have a lot of you who are part of our business community family, our ministry community family, and I just wanted to give everybody who's just around us an opportunity to track with us so that you can experience what we experience when we implement initiatives like this. And so the 90-day Millionaire Blueprint Challenge is simply a financial initiative, okay? It's simply a financial initiative. It's an opportunity for you, for your spouse, for your children, for your household, for your church, for your leadership, for your staff, for whoever it is that's connected to you and associated with you. It's an opportunity for you to bring everyone together collectively and to at least give yourselves a 90-day window to implement certain financial initiatives. Listen, there are a lot of studies and statistics behind why a challenge like this 90-day challenge is so important. One of the studies and statistics show that most people don't do anything for any 90-day window. Most people never do anything consistently for 90 days. These studies and statistics clearly show that if you and I would do anything, it doesn't have to be about money, but in this case it's about money. But if anyone does anything for at least 90 days straight, whatever the thing is that they do, it can become a lifestyle. Okay, it can become a lifestyle. And so a part of this 90-day Millionaire Blueprint Challenge, which is a financial initiative, is for you to develop the right money practices. So that means there's something that you're going to have to be able to do every day. That means there's a certain amount of information you have to learn every day. That means there's a certain amount of action plans and steps that you have to take every day. But this financial initiative that we're calling the 90-Day Millionaire Blueprint Challenge is really about you developing money practices, because if you give yourself 90 days, statistically, you will be able to not only develop the right practices, but you will also be able to develop the right money habits. Most people, especially American adults, don't have the right money practices, if any, and they don't have the right money habits, if any. Most people, they got bad money practices and bad money habits because they never give themselves enough time to create a level of consistency, which brings you to having the right money lifestyle. And so that's what our goal is. Our goal for these 90 days is to give you the education, to give you the training, to give you the resources, the tools, the support, the professional mentorship, and a community of accountability to help you develop the right money practices, the right money habits, and the right money lifestyle. Okay? This is very, very important. And so that's a part of what this financial initiative called the 90-Day Millionaire Blueprint Challenge is all about. Now, a few other things that I want to point out to you. The reason why we are coining it or wording it as a 90-Day Millionaire Blueprint Challenge is because everything that I share with you is based on my signature business and financial wealth building system. Okay, so as of now, you should be clearly aware of Ramonepreston University. It is an online platform that provides ministry and marketplace training. We train people for ministry. We train people for marketplace success. That marketplace training includes a program called the Millionaire Blueprint. This is an online business and financial wealth building system. This is a video-based program. You can access it 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year from any device. You can watch these videos from your phone, from a tablet, from a laptop, from a desktop, wherever you are in the world at any given time at your own pace. But the importance of a program like the Millionaire Blueprint is you are able to learn the things that you need to learn to either become a millionaire or to at least become financially free and have some level of financial stability. So if you want to develop the right money practices, money habits, and money lifestyle, at some point it's going to require a higher level of education and training. Most people who have degrees that come out of college, they don't have financial education. Most people who are experienced and skilled in other things, whether it's entrepreneurship, whether it's sales, marketing, or whether it's some other skill that they're extremely experienced in and good in, most of these entrepreneurs or people who are professionals or career W-2 employees don't have the financial literacy that they need. And this is one of the reasons why this 90-Day Millionaire Blueprint Challenge is centered around a minimum of $1,000. Okay, it's centered around a minimum of $1,000. And so what that means is we want to give you 90 days to at least save $1,000. That's what this challenge is going to be centered around. You saving at least $1,000. Now, for some people, $1,000 is not a challenge. All right. And I'll address that in a minute. But for those of you who know saving $1,000 in 90 days is an extremely difficult challenge, here is why this challenge is so important, because you already know that most people, they can't do anything for at least 90 days. All right. Statistically, it has been proven, studies have been done that the average person, especially when it comes to money, does not have the right money practices. They don't have the right money habits, and therefore they don't have the right money lifestyle. So they're probably living paycheck to paycheck. They're probably in credit card debt. They're probably living on more than what they make. And they're probably just scrapping and struggling on a day-to-day basis. I want to change that narrative for you because, as I mentioned to you, I've been an entrepreneur for 20 years. So there are a lot of things that I've learned about business and about money. And to become a millionaire mogul, to build a $1 million organization, soon to be multi-million-dollar organization, and to know that I have come from poverty. I wasn't raised with a silver spoon. My parents were poor. My grandmother who raised me, she was poor. I've always been a part of the poor class up until my wife and I got married and we made the decision that we were going to get wealthy, that we were going to make the sacrifices that were necessary in order for us to build wealth for ourselves, which includes becoming financially free and, of course, at some point becoming millionaires so that you can accumulate wealth. But I'm saying that because I want you to understand I'm not giving you stats and studies and data points and sharing with you information and challenging you to do something that I ain't do myself. I've had to do it. I've had to work my way out of debt. I've had to work my way out of poverty. I've had to work my way out of struggling paycheck to paycheck. I've had to work my way to a place that I can be financially free, that I can be debt free, and that I can stand here and know that there is a way for you to do it. All right. And so this is going to be critical for you because studies show that 8 out of 10 adult Americans, you might not even know this, but studies show 8 out of 10 adult Americans don't even have $1,000 saved for emergencies, for rainy days, for sunny days, for snowy days, for any day. Think about that. 8 out of 10 adults in the United States of America ain't even got a thou wow. They ain't got one band for my hood figures. They ain't got one band. 8 out of 10 people that are adults in the United States of America don't have $1,000. And so I want you to take this 90-day Millionaire Blueprint Challenge, and I want you to, at minimum, set a goal to save, to set aside $1,000 that you ain't got to touch, that you ain't got to spend. And so this is the basis. Okay, this is what we're going to use as a basis because we know saving $1,000 is going to be the financial milestone to statistically get you out of that 8 out of 10 people. All right. So mentally, morally, this is going to create a victory. Some people feel like, man, $1,000 ain't nothing. Yeah, it ain't nothing when you got it or when you got more, but $1,000 is everything when you ain't got nothing. And so we want to at least start you out with the 90-day challenge to give you the moral money wins that you need and to help you build the money muscle. Okay. And so that's why we're going to center this around you saving a minimum of $1,000. Now we'll do a little math in a few moments and we'll get into some of the details. But why is this minimum of $1,000 so important? Because number one, you want to cross some type of money milestone. So if you fail to plan, you plan to fail. All right. You can't just wake up every day for 90 days and say, I just need money. I just need to get the bag. I'm just itching to get to the next level. That's too vague. It's too broad. It's too shallow. It's too surface. It never works. So that means you have to have some quantifiable metric. You have to have a dollar amount that you know you can quantify. You can mathematically, register in your mind. So when you put $1,000 to a 90-day window, now you're able to set the target to reach a money milestone. This is why the $1,000 is going to be important. And again, if 1,000 is not a challenge, well, maybe it's 10. Okay, we have other layers that we built into the modules if you have access to them on the university platform. But just for the purpose of this conversation, because I know this conversation is for 8 out of 10 adults. So if saving $1,000 is not a challenge to you, it's because you make up the 2 out of 10 people who got 1,000. Everybody else ain't got 1,000. So I'm not talking to the 2 people who got 1,000. I'm talking to the 8. I'm trying to help the 8. I'm trying to get the 8 to become the 2. And so that's who we want to address primarily now. So this is going to help you create an opportunity to hit a money milestone. Also, what this $1,000 is going to do is help you build what I call a money muscle. It helps you to build a money muscle. I was just telling this to my family. So let's say, for example, if you've never been able to, or if you haven't in a while, been able to put $1,000 aside and sit it there for at least a 90-day window, it is because you do not have a money muscle. So for example, let's say you get 1,000 and you put 1,000 up, but then next week you going to borrow 200 from it. Or the next day you going to get 100, or 2 weeks from now you taking 3 and you tricking yourself into believing, oh, I'll put it back next pay period and I'll add 100 or 200 to it. What that shows is you do not have a money muscle. So that means you cannot delay gratification. They got a sale. You want to go ahead and spend that $200 because you would have paid $8 for it if you wouldn't have got it on sale. All of this is just psychological garbage because you don't have a money muscle. And so we want you to reach the money milestone, and we want it to be a dollar amount that's reachable, that's attainable. But we also want you to build a money muscle. Also, this is about you developing the right money mindset. This is about developing the right money mindset. Again, studies show that statistically, 8 out of 10 people in America who are adults don't have $1,000. Studies show statistically that most people anywhere in the world can't do anything for a 90-day window. That means they don't have consistency. And if they don't have consistency, it's probably because they have the wrong information. That means they got the wrong mindset. They ain't got no money muscle, and they have no milestones to reach. And so this is the basis. This is the meat behind you designating the next 90 days and saying, you know what? I'm going to take this Millionaire Blueprint Challenge. I'm going to execute on the highest level with Ramonepreston, with his family, with his community for this financial initiative. All right. So I hope you're in. I want you to put in the comments, I'm in. If you're in, I want you to put in the comments, I'm in. I'm in. If you're in, I want you to put in the comments, you're in. Because I want to make sure in 90 days, you reach your money milestone. In 90 days, you build your money muscle. In 90 days, you develop your money mindset. Because once it's set, it ain't gonna change. You're gonna start going from practice to habits to lifestyle. All right. And so that's what we're going to be doing. Now, as I mentioned earlier, if you are already registered at ramonepreston.com/90 for 90, you have instant access to the modules of our 90-day challenge. And you also have access to the PDF digital guide for our 5-step millionaire plan. And you also have the videos to walk you through each of the steps. Now, having said that, for those of you that are not 8 out of 10 Americans and you have $1,000 saved, and saving $1,000 in 90 days is not a challenge for you, I want you to walk through those modules because we have different levels of challenge for you. That's just the first level. So I'm challenging you to at least set aside $1,000, okay? If for some reason within the 90 days, you save the $1,000 and you're still in the 90-day window, what you should do is not try to go to paying off debt, getting credit cards out the way. We're not going to do that. We want to build a money muscle. We want to focus on getting money. We want to focus on getting income. Why is that important? Because your money, your income that you bring in and you keep, that's your number one wealth building tool. Credit plays a role. Credit scores play a role. Paying off collections and debt play a role. Not having consumer debt like credit cards and payday loans, that's a goal. But none of those things trump you building a money muscle to learn how to increase income and keep as much as that income as you possibly can. So what that means is if you reach the $1,000 milestone within the 90 days, don't go to, okay, I'm going to take the rest of my money and pay off credit cards. I'm going to take the rest of my money and pay back debts and collections. I don't want you to do that. You can wait until the 90 days are up. So for example, let's say if you got credit cards, you saved $1,000, now you get your income tax money and you want to go pay a $2,000 old debt or old collection, as opposed to putting that $2,000 up with the extra $1,000 so you can have three. If you paid that money, that collection or that debt up, what's going to change dramatically in your life in 90 days? It ain't like that payoff gonna change your life. It's just that you don't have the money muscle to put that money up and hold it for a long period of time. That's why you gotta build the money muscle. And so when you go through the modules in the 90-day challenge and the videos that I've given to you, what you're gonna see is this would be the first step for you to hit the milestone with in the 90 days. If you hit the 1,000, let's say if you get your income tax in February or at a certain time of the year and you know you still in that 90-day window, all you need to do is go to step 2 and work on saving 1 month of total household expenses. Okay? 1 month of total expenses. Household expenses. So that means you need to look at all your expenses for the month. If you already saved $1,000, or if $1,000 is not a big challenge, then maybe 1 month of household expenses is a challenge, because that's probably going to be more than $1,000. If this is not a challenge for you, then you go to 3 to 6 months. Now, all of these steps you're going to find in my 5-step millionaire plan that you're going to use as a guide. The only step I really don't want you to focus on is the consumer debt payoff step, at least not in the 90 days, okay? I want you to focus on getting that bag and stacking that cash. I would rather you get 90 days out and have 1,000, have 1 month or 3 to 6 months and still have debt, because at least you've proven to yourself that you can hold money long enough. And then after the 3rd month, if you want to pay things off because you've already built the money muscle, you've reached your milestone, you have the mindset, you've educated yourself, you've been consistent enough for your practices and habits to become a lifestyle, okay? If 3 to 6 months is not a challenge for you, then maybe you can do like me and implement the 40% rule. And so the 40% rule is about you being able to designate and set aside, save at least 40% of your income. So that means if you make $10,000 a month, that's $4,000 a month you putting up. If you make $5,000 a month, 40% of $5,000 would be, what is that? $2,000. So the 40% rule, this is a very hard rule to follow. But again, if 1,000 is not a challenge, go to 1 month. If 1 month is not a challenge, go to 3 to 6 months. If that's not, actually, I missed one here. I should have said 3 to 6 months. Let me reword that. I should have said 3 to 6 months. And then I should have said number 4. I should have said 6 to 12 months. I got to reword that one. So we got 3 to 6. Then we have 6 to 12, and then we have the 40% rule. So as you see, and all of this information is in the modules, as you see, there is a level that you can implement. There's one of these steps you can implement that can be a challenge for you. All right. So if you have any questions, I am unable to answer all the questions while we're currently live. But if you have any questions, feel free to drop the questions in the comments, and we'll be more than happy to circle back around and work on answering as many of those questions as possible. I'm actually planning to host another check-in next Saturday at 4:00 p.m. So I'll make sure if you're already registered, you're going to be getting emails and text messages from me throughout the week anyway. I'm going to make sure that we send you the details on when our next check-in is going to be. And I'm really thinking about doing a check-in next Saturday at 4 o'clock. I really want to do a check-in every week for the next 12 weeks. That's what kind of commitment I have for myself and for you. But I'm not going to commit to that because I know I have a lot of things going on, but I just want you to know where my mind is. I want to show up every Saturday for 12 weeks, as of today, every Saturday for the next 12 weeks, so that this 90-day challenge works for you and you don't fall off, because I want to see your success. I want to hear your testimonies, and I really want my team and I to support you. And I want you to feel like you have a mentor, somebody that can really keep pushing you to your success. Okay. So these are going to be the levels. Don't write it off because you already got 1,000 or because 1,000 is not an issue. Just go to the next step. Try 1 month. That might be your rule. Try 3 to 6, 6 to 12, or the 40% rule. All right. Now, for those of you that are just committed, some of you put in the comments already, I'm in. So you're telling me I'm in. I'm rolling with you for the next 90 days. I'm going to take the next 12 weeks and I'm going to implement this financial initiative. Among so many other things that you might be doing, a lot of you are telling me in the comments, I'm in. I asked you to put in the comments, I'm in. So what you're saying to yourself is you're committed. You're saying to me, you're committed and you're ready to take the plunge, to take the challenge. And so if that's you, there's some things that you need to do, okay? The first thing you need to do is you need to make sure, I'm gonna walk you through a few things that you need to do, okay? The first thing that you need to do is you need to conduct a reset, all right? You need to conduct a reset. And one of the reasons why I wanna talk to you about this is because if you set a New Year's resolution, if you set a quarterly goal, if you set some type of game plan at any point in your life or any point in the year, and you have not conducted a reset in certain areas of your life, studies show that you almost eliminate or at least minimize your chances of succeeding whatever it is that you try to set out to do, because you have to conduct a reset. Now, what is a reset? Listen to this. A reset is an alignment. So when you reset, that means you're setting something again. A reset, this is about aligning. Aligning. I did that too much. I put 2 INs. That's it right there. A reset is about aligning. It's about aligning. Listen to this, because this is a part of one of my coaching exercises that I work with my clients on. So I'm giving you some real valuable meat here. The purpose of a reset is to align you spiritually, mentally, environmentally, emotionally, and professionally to your God-given success. So if you are in and you know you want to take the plunge, you want to take the 90-day Millionaire Blueprint Challenge, you want to be a part of this financial initiative so that you can save at least $1,000 within these 90 days, 1 month total household expenses, 3 to 6 months, 6 to 12, or execute successfully the 40% rule, whatever those steps or layers are. If you know you want to do it, it all begins with this. A reset. And a reset is about you aligning certain areas of your life to your God-given success. So when I say aligning certain areas of your life to your God-given success, what I'm saying, what I'm meaning is God has already determined your success, but you have to decide to accept it and go through the process to get it. Okay? And so your God-given success has to be clear, not based on what your definition of success is, but based on what God's definition of success is. And so when it comes to your financial initiative, when it comes to your money, when it comes to your income, your financial freedom, when it comes to your personal, professional, and financial success, when it comes to this, you've got to have the correct definition and reset yourself or realign yourself in certain areas based on what that correct definition is. And so the reset or alignment to your God-given success must be conducted in the following areas. Spiritually, that's one. This is an area that you have to conduct a reset in when it comes to your financial success. Okay? Mentally, this is another area. Environmentally, emotionally, and professionally. So these are the areas here that you need to conduct a reset in or an alignment in when it comes to your God-given success. Okay? So I'm giving you some time to write this down because I want this to be practical for you, and I want you to conduct this today so that tomorrow, the first day of your 90 days, you can set out without any hindrances, without any issues. So again, the first thing you need to do if you're in and you know you want to crush the next 90 days financially is you need to conduct a reset or an alignment to your God-given success. You got to have a definition, or at least believe that God's definition of success for you is not your definition. Because for some people, their definition of success is, well, I ain't gotta work for nobody, but you broke and struggling. Or some definition of success for some people is, well, I got my kids and my wife and my family, and, we got a house, and, we got 2 cars and a dog, and we go on 2 vacations a year. But is that God's definition of success? Or is that your definition of success? So your God-given success has to be in alignment with what you are doing every day, because if it's not, when you start running up on resistance, when you start getting weary, when you start being challenged, if you do not have an alignment with with your God-given success in these areas, it's going to break you. And these are the areas that you need to conduct an alignment in. So why do you need a reset spiritually? Because you have to believe that God wants you financially free. If you do not believe it, and this is a big challenge for a lot of Christians, because a lot of Christians and church people, they take pride in struggling. They take pride in being broke. They take pride in not having enough resources. They assume a role of humility when they ain't got a whole lot, and now they just got to quote unquote trust God and believe God for a miracle, for things to show up. When the truth is, a lot of that shouldn't even require a miracle if you are practicing financial prudence. If you are financially literate and you are implementing financial strategies in your life because you have a spiritual view of what God-given success is for you. So you have to align yourself spiritually with God's version of success. And you have to accept that His version is not your version. As a matter of fact, one of my favorite scriptures is Deuteronomy 8:18. It says that God gives you and I the power to get wealth so He can establish His covenant on the earth. So think about that. God ain't giving me wealth, but He's going to give me the power to get wealth. So what is the power? Well, a part of that power I know is you getting educated. Because if God is going to give you the power to go get wealth, well, that means you have to be educated. You got to be trained. You have to have a certain level of business acumen. You have to be able to operate in a certain skill set to go get the wealth that God has given you the power to go get. But the power is locked in the information, the revelation, the practice that you execute on a high level. So this is why you need a reset spiritually. You also need a reset mentally. Why? Because you've got to start shaping your mind to believe you're supposed to be financially free. You cannot continue to make sense of struggling. One of the things I told my family today in our family business meeting was that I am not the person to make sense of struggling. I made it up in my mind years ago that I'm not going to accept struggle. I'm not going to accept that I got to live my life paycheck to paycheck in debt and waking up every day hoping a miracle take place because I don't know enough and I'm not able to do what I know my potential allows me to do. But that's a mental realignment, a mental reset that you have to have. You have to accept the fact that whatever's in your mind about money, it can't be enough if you ain't got enough money. Do you understand what I'm saying? You need a reset environmentally. You've got to take a look at who are the people you are around, who you talking to, who you dealing with. Are you willing to sacrifice certain environments to get to where you need to be in 90 days? Are you willing to do that? Are you willing to give up going out on the weekends? Are you willing to give up goofing off your days that you don't work? Are you willing to take a season, maybe a 90-day season where you ain't hanging out with the guys and you ain't chilling with your chick friends? Are you willing to do that? Because if all of them are still stuck at a certain level and they are making sense mentally of where they are, and spiritually, they don't really believe God got anything more for them, guess what? Your environment is going to challenge you and keep you down. Most people, I keep telling you this, never do anything for 90 days straight. So I already know statistically, 8 out of the 10 people who watch this, statistically, 8 out of the 10 people who hear me and get all this information from somebody who has successfully navigated through all these things, 8 out of 10 people gonna hear it and be like, yeah, what he said was good. It made sense. Well, he know his stuff now. Yeah, child, he the GOAT. He got it now. He's the man. He's the prophet. He's the guru. He's the mogul. You throw all those names and designations and all these accolades, but are you gonna do it the way I'm doing it? Are you willing to execute it the way I'm executing it? Because see, I can't be committed for you more than you committed for you. Especially if environmentally you don't reset. Because see, I do not have people around me. I was just telling my family this today. I'm like, I love y'all. But if you tripping and you ain't willing to put in and hold your weight and do what I'm telling you that you got to do so that you can be at a different level financially, you're going to really be disappointed when you see me soar and you stuck. And I don't want you to be disappointed, but I'm giving you a disclaimer now. I'm not going to stop doing what I'm supposed to do because you're not willing to let go and do what you're supposed to do. So you need to reset emotionally. You got to get emotionally in it. See, a lot of people, especially spiritual people who are Christians and have this religious belief or this theological construct about money and finances and success, a lot of people are not emotionally tied to getting money. But see, I have a lot of emotion behind me getting money because I grew up poor. And I know a lot of people who poor, and I've been in a place in my life where I didn't have money, and I've been in a place and I am in a place where I got money. And let me tell you something, the things that I can do for people with money, it has blessed me probably more than it's blessed them. To see people crying and to see people's lives change because I can do something for people that I know they probably have never been able to do for anyone, but I can do it for them and it don't even bother me. Let me tell you something. I'm emotionally involved in my money. I'm emotionally involved to get up every day for the next 90 days and crush it. I'm emotionally involved to make as much money as I can to help as many people as I can. And I am not tied up spiritually, mentally, environmentally to not be in it emotionally. All right. And then you need a reset professionally. And so what that means for some of you in this reset, what that means is, here's what that means. Professionally, maybe you're working on a job that just can't help you reach your financial goals. Maybe the 90 days and the $1,000 that you want to save in 90 days, maybe the job that you're on is just not going to work. So professionally, you need a reset. Does that mean you need a new job? Maybe. Does that mean you need a second job? No. It might mean you need to keep your job and start a business. Or it might mean you need to learn about sales and marketing so that you can find other people who have products and services and use that as a side hustle to make more money. But whatever it is, I'm telling you, you have to reset yourself professionally first. Okay? So those are the areas that you have to conduct a reset in. Once you conduct your reset, all right, for these 90 days, all right, we're going to start with that. Reset. This is a resetting. That's going to be the first thing, right? For your 90-day Millionaire Blueprint Challenge. We all got it? Oh, here's the good part. If for some reason you need additional resources, that means you might need goal setting courses, goal setting templates. You might need courses and templates on scheduling your days and setting your targets and hitting your targets and tracking all your targets. If you need additional resources, if you need more courses, more education, more coaching and mentorship, all you have to do is reach out to me, and we're going to connect you with programs that we have that can give you all of those resources. So I want you to take this number down very quickly, okay? This is a number I want you to take down. You probably have this number, but if you don't, I want you to take this number, 404-478-7213. All right? And if at any time in these 90 days, you find out that you just can't do it by yourself and you don't want to do it alone and you need more resources, you need coaching, you need mentorship, text this word here, millionaire, to 404-478-7213. This is all you have to do. I make it real easy for you. When you text this number, millionaire, we're going to reach back out to you and we'll ask you a few questions to see where you are, where you're stuck at, what help and support and resources you need, and we'll make sure that we direct you to the programs or the courses that we have. So text millionaire to 404-478-7213. So number one, you got to conduct a reset, all right? You have to reset or realign certain areas of your life to your God-given success, all right? And those areas are, as we just mentioned, spiritually, mentally, environmentally, emotionally, and professionally. All right. The next thing you need to do is your goal setting. You need to do your goal setting. So that means you need to take the next 12 months, even though we're in a 90-day challenge, you still need to take 12 months. That's 4 90-day windows. You need to set goals at least a year out. You can't approach the 90 days from day one and fight your way to day 90. What you have to do is you have to go 1 year out. Okay? And this here is day one. This is how you approach the 90 days. Not going from day one to day 90. You go 1 year out. Okay? This is how you set goals. You go 1 year out. And then you come back to day one, and this is going to be the first 90. But remember, you got 4 90-day windows, right? You got 4 90-day windows in a year, but your goals should be set for 1 year. And when you divide those goals into 1 year, it makes it easier for you to approach the first 90, because it's not just based on 90, it's based on what you have already set out to accomplish for the whole year. It just makes it easier because you have a lot of barriers, a lot of walls, a lot of roadblocks that are going to be here because statistically you can't do 90 days. Statistically, you can't break the money milestone. Statistically, you can't build the money muscle. Statistically, you can't develop the money mindset. Statistically, you can't get out of the 8 out of 10 people who ain't got 1,000. You got to stay in the 8 out of 10 and stay broke, keep struggling, stay worried, have more month than you have money statistically. And so if you go to a year, set your goals for the next year, that means you want to look at all the dreams and the things that you know you want to accomplish in a year. And then you just reverse engineer it, come back to day one and say, okay, here's what I want to do all of 2023 or whatever the year is. Okay. I want to do all this in 1 year, but this is what I got to do in the first 90. I got to save 1,000. I have to build that muscle, hit my milestone, so forth and so on. Okay. So I want you to work on your goal setting. And again, for those of you that are watching this, if you are already a member, if you're already enrolled in our Millionaire Blueprint, or if you're enrolled in any of my programs, you automatically have access to the Millionaire Blueprint. So if you are enrolled in my Millionaire Blueprint, there's already a goal setting course inside of that Millionaire Blueprint. So you should walk through that goal setting course. It'll take you about an hour. We just added a few templates in there to assist you in not only setting your yearly goals, but your daily goals. We have a template in there to show you how to set your daily targets, how to measure your success daily. We also have templates in there to show you how to do the math for the timeline of your goals. And we also added some affirmations that you need to use, because once you start setting goals, the next thing you need to do is your daily schedules. Okay, so that means you have to work on your daily schedules. Because remember, if you're going to do something consistently for 90 days straight, you have to reset your mind, you have to reset your spirit, you have to reset yourself financially, environmentally, professionally. You have to set goals for at least a year, even if your challenge is 90 days. And that means when you set your goals, you need to look at daily schedule. So that means every day for 90 days, every day. So this is day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4, day 5, day 6, all the way to day 90. Every day your schedule has to be set so that you do not have a whole lot of white spaces in your day. So that means you have to have a certain time that you wake up every day. There has to be a certain thing that you do every day you wake up: study, train, work out, eat right, meditate, go over your goals. And then there's a certain level of execution. I got to go to work. I got to work on my business. I got to sell. I got to call people. I got to market. Whatever the things are that you need to do, you need to fill your schedule up. And so if you already have access to the Millionaire Blueprint, I've got courses and workshops to show you how to do that effectively. If you don't have access to it, I'm giving you the outline for it so that you can see how powerful and important this actually is. All right. And then once you work on your daily schedules, then you need to focus on your action steps. You need to focus on your action steps. So there are certain action steps that you're going to need to take. I'm only going to cover a few because we're going to bring this to a close in a few moments. Remember, I'm going to do my best to show up every Saturday, as many Saturdays as I can, throughout these 90 days, which are 12 Saturdays within this window. And I want us to do some check-ins. So if you have questions, you're always free to email me those questions, drop the questions in the comments when we're live, or just reach out to our Millionaire Concierge with the questions, and I'll be sure to answer those questions as best as I can when we host our weekly check-ins. Okay? And so again, you have your resetting that you need to conduct in certain areas of your life. If you missed that, just go back, rewatch the video, and work on conducting a reset or a realignment in those areas. Number 2, you need to set goals. That means you have to go out at least a year, and you need to quantify those goals. Like figure out like how much money is it going to take? How much money do I want to make this year? How much money do I need to make? I want to do the numbers, and I want to reverse engineer it. And then I want to make sure I hit my money milestone in the first 90 days so that I can have momentum for the last 3 90-day windows that I have, okay? And then you want to work on your daily schedules. That means when you set your goals, starting day 1 to day 90, every day there's a certain consistent thing you do. This is something that most people never get to. They never wake up every day and do something consistently over long periods of time. So again, there are certain steps that you need to take. I have all this information in our workshops and in our courses, but just to simplify it, you got to wake up. That might be a certain time, okay? There's a certain time you wake up. This is how you schedule it. Certain time you wake up. You need to wake up at that same time every day for the next 90 days. Or do your best to wake up as many days. Especially the first 21 to 30 days, you want to try real hard to do it so you can develop a practice and a habit, build that muscle, okay? Certain time you get up, and then there are certain actions you take, all right? Whether it's pray, it could be goals, it could be exercise, and that could be all in a certain time frame. So let's say, for example, you wake up at 5 a.m., you do all that by 6 a.m. 6 a.m. to 7:30, you do this. 7:30 to 10, you do that. 10 to 2, you do that. Your whole day need to be filled, even though certain things come up that change it. Like there are days that I'm traveling. There are days that I'm not even in the office, but I can still go to my phone and look at my calendar and I can see what I'm supposed to be doing. There's a certain window in each day that you should designate for social media, for checking emails, for calling people, for touching bases with family members and friends. You shouldn't just be randomly doing it all day because you're going to be on social media too much. You're going to talk to people too long. You need to have time slots for everything you do, because if you can pull this off for 90 days, I don't even have to hear no success story from you. You ain't even got to respond back to me. I know your life going to change. But the reason why it ain't changing exponentially because you ain't doing it consistently. Okay? So that's your daily schedule, and then your action steps. What are you going to do? Now, there are certain things that you should do immediately, especially if you want to make sure that you hit your 90-day $1,000 goal, 1 month household expenses, 3 to 6, 6 to 12, or the 40% rule. So whatever area or whatever level financially that you're allowing yourself to be challenged to hit, there are certain action steps that you need to take. So, for example, if you are a W-2 employee, you got a couple things going good for you right now. Number one, what you might have going good is you may be able to readjust your W-4. You may be able to readjust your W-4 form. Studies show that 80% of W-2 employees, 80% of W-2 employees pay too much in taxes. And most of these 80% of employees who pay too much in taxes pay at least $200 to $300 too much every month. So the average W-2 employee pays about $250 too much in taxes a month. That's federal taxes. So what that means is if you readjusted your W-4 form, that could be somewhere between $200 to $250 that you bring home as opposed to not bringing home. Now, of course, there are other strategies that you would have to implement so that you're not paying taxes next year, which could be a 1099, side hustle, network marketing opportunity, affiliate marketing. You can have some type of commission job that you find, or it could be a whole business that you start, but at least you put together an action plan. All right. Don't just wake up every day as a W-2 employee and be around here talking about, well, I just need to make more money. All right. There are many other strategies. This is one strategy. OK, I call this the income shifting strategy. But another strategy is if you're a W-2 employee, you work 40 hours a week for a certain dollar amount. See if you can work a couple extra hours a week. So once you do the math, and let's say if you did the $1,000 math and you realize that it's $83, because if you break $1,000 up into a month, into 3 months, that's $333 a month extra you probably need if you want to save the $1,000. That's $83 a week. Well, how are you going to find that money? If you're a W-2 employee, you can find out if you can work an extra day or maybe an extra hour or the days that you work. So if you work 5 days a week, you can see, can I work 2 extra hours a day to get 10 extra hours? Think about it. That could be your $83 a week. If you don't have that opportunity, maybe you can do something on the side when you get off of work for 2 or 3 hours or one of your days off. So there are different strategies that you can implement. I have a lot of strategies in my Millionaire Blueprint. I have a course called Creative Cash Flow Strategies where I show you ways to make money in 24 hours and how to increase your income by 30%. But again, I'm just showing you as a W-2 employee, you got to take action steps. You can't just wake up every day and just hope something happen. Man, I just hope I get an opportunity. I hope something come my way. You got to make it happen. You got to control the narrative of your life, okay? Here's another action plan. If you are a 1099 independent contractor, that means you're self-employed. You are a network marketer. You're a real estate agent. You're an insurance agent. You are a freelancer. You're just, you're a self-employed person. You're just working every day, doing what you need to do to make money. Well, guess what? One of the things that you need to do as an action plan is start a holding company. Start a legitimate organizational enterprise. Start a holding company, start an operating company, and start running your business legitimately. Now, one of the reasons why I use starting a business as a strategy for and an action plan for 1099 independent contractors is there are studies that show the average person who either works a job or who is a 1099 independent contractor, they lose about $75 a day. So think about that. If you're an independent contractor, you're probably losing about $75 a day just because you do not have deductions and write-offs because you don't have a legitimate business. Even if you're a network marketer. I know a whole lot of network marketers who still don't know anything about creative tax strategies. They don't know about business systems. They don't know how to run certain activities through their business, and they're limited in what they know. But this is an action step. You want to legitimize your business. I have a lot of reasons why this is important to 1099s, but I'm just showing you one statistic. The average 1099 loses $75 a day because they do not know about creative tax strategies. They do not know about business deductions. And let me see, 75 times 30, that's about $2,250. So I could sit down with any independent contractor and show them how they're losing or missing out on $2,000, $2,200 a month just in deductions, write-offs, and in expanding their business and their brand because they don't have a business and a brand, okay? So here's an action step for those who are already EIN owners. You are a business owner. You're a legitimate business owner, all right? What is your action plan? Well, your action plan should be for you to have a holding company. Hopefully you have a holding company. If you don't have a holding company, you definitely need to reach out to me. I've got courses to show you how to start and structure them. If you have a holding company, you need to have an operating company under it that's out there making money, but you need to position yourself in such a way so that you can have multiple products and services. So an action plan for you would be to work on your products and services, work on how you package them, work on your pricing, work on how you sell and market them. So that means you have to work on a sales process. You have to make sure that your marketing campaigns are legitimate. And these are just basic action steps that you can take as a legitimate business owner. And so the good thing about all this information that I've shared with you is we have resources available. Okay, if you have access to the 90-day challenge and to the 5-step millionaire guide that we're giving to you for free, what you should start doing is walking through each of the things that I just shared with you. You should walk through the process of conducting your reset. You should walk through the process of setting goals. You should walk through the process of crafting your daily schedules and then developing your action steps so that you can start implementing and executing on day one every day for the 90 days of this challenge. If there's any support that you need inside of the module, we have information in there for you to contact us. We want you to be a part of our community. And remember, we want you to share our hashtag. So for example, if there's something you heard today and you know this information I'm sharing with you is all in our Millionaire Blueprint, I just ask that on social media you share something that we're sharing with you and just add a hashtag to it, Millionaire Blueprint. We want to create momentum. We want people to become more aware of the fact that there are programs like this Millionaire Blueprint that exist that show people the exact steps that they can take to be financially free, to be millionaires, to have successful businesses, and to create legacies. I can't do this alone. This is going to require a large amount of support from you, and I'm giving my support to you, and I want you to give your support to me. So again, if you have any questions or if you need any immediate support, or maybe you want full access to all of our courses and programs so that you can track along with me and my family and my team and other members of our community, all you need to do is just text me today. Text the word millionaire. We don't have to wait until Monday or Tuesday or work day or business day. You can text millionaire today to 404-478-7213. That's all you need to do. And here's what I'm going to do. If you text millionaire to that number, we're going to reach back out to you. We'll talk to you, ask you a few questions, see what exactly you have going on, what you want to do, and we can share with you more information on how we can add more courses, more modules, more video lessons, more support, more mentorship to your dashboard. So just text millionaire to 404-478-7213. If at the very least you need to go to Ramonepreston.com, okay, you need to go to my website. You need to sign up if you haven't signed up and get access to the 90-day challenge and the 5-step millionaire guide that we already have available. You need to do that. And once you register, you're going to automatically be put on our mailing list. So we will be sending you correspondence through the week to let you know about our next check-in, which I am projecting and anticipating it to be next Saturday at 4:00 p.m. We did this one at 4, and so I'll just try to keep that trend going to make it easy to remember for the 12 weeks or as many weeks as I can in the 12. So just text millionaire if you need information or if you need to ask some questions and would like to speak to one of us. Otherwise, just go to Ramonepreston.com/90. Start going through the videos and start setting yourself up for what it is that you want to do. Here's my last point that I want to make before we go, because I have so much information I can share. My last point I want to make is, if you do not have a financial management app, some type of technology that you're using to track your income and expenses and to set your budget, I encourage you to use an app like Mint. Mint.com is an app. You can download it. There are many others. One of the reasons why I recommend Mint.com is because it is powered by Intuit. And I'm a QuickBooks person, okay? As an entrepreneur, I use QuickBooks for all of my businesses. And so I like to recommend and just encourage people to use Mint for your personal financial management, because it is powered by Intuit that also owns QuickBooks. So it just makes it easier for you to navigate to QuickBooks when you start your business or when you're ready to track your business income and expenses. So mint.com is a great personal financial management app that you can use, and you should use this to set your budget. A part of your budget should be the $1,000 that you're saving, whether it's every week or every month or within the 90 days. You want to set that budget and put it in that Mint app so that you can track all your income and expenses. I also encourage you, if you don't have one already, please open up a separate savings account. I always tell people, even if you ain't got enough money, because they're going to charge you $12 to $15 a month just to have an account, it's still worth it, because what you don't want to do is trick yourself into thinking, oh, I can put $83 a week in my checking account and I ain't going to touch it. Yeah, but you went to the gas station and you overpumped. And now you done messed up your goal. You done messed up your plan. Now you're morally defeated. Don't play those games. Put that money in a savings account so that you can see that money separate from your active account that's got money coming in and out, okay? So mint.com, that's a financial management app that I recommend that you use for your personal finances. You can put the amount of money that you make now in, you can put all your bills, you can connect your bank account, credit cards to it, and you can set a budget to track your income and expenses to get real good at your numbers and tracking those numbers for the 90 days. And open up a savings account. Make sure that you open up a savings account and put that money in there and act like it doesn't exist. All right. So I appreciate all of you for joining us today for the kickoff of our 90-day Millionaire Blueprint Challenge. And I want to get some feedback from you. Okay. So again, put in the comments what your biggest takeaway was from today. Let me know what you're thinking and how you feel. And when you're on social media, please drop something on social media with the hashtag Millionaire Blueprint. I'm depending on you, and I want you to depend on me and my team. We're going to be here for you for all 90 days, but I want you to support me and my team as well for the work that we're doing to help you get these financial wins. So we appreciate you, and we'll be sending more correspondence out to you, and I look forward to seeing you next Saturday for another check-in on our 90-day Millionaire Blueprint Challenge. Have an amazing day. Happy New Year, and I'll see you on the other side in